Yeah, I just said we have 5 minutes to pray for the demo god, so that everything goes well. Yeah, we have to reduce this loading time.
I know. Oh, internet computer.
And it's not even in you. I think it's mostly on the IC.
It's not me. I know how to program. It's definitely the IC. No,
Your code
we've been
is completely optimized. It's 100%
not
optimized code.
100%, but it's you can only fetch data so many ways. Uh, but yeah, that's the one thing. If that once that's fixed, it'll be golden and everything will be amazing. So. But apparently the more boundary nodes is supposed to help with that. So
in the meantime, for the last 4 minutes, can you stop sharing your screen?
mhm.
Thank you. Yeah, let me put up for these 4 minutes just the we are starting in a second background. Awesome. How many seconds is it usually before the video starts?
Like if I click on one of these little videos, how long does it take?
To load the first chunk or the first seconds.
Really, it takes the most time to call the canister and make sure that I'm authorized to watch it. Like, do I own a ticket to watch it? And that takes like 5 or 6 seconds. And then, but that once that's done and it's actually fetching the data, it takes like 2 or 3 seconds to get the first chunk. Start
I
playing.
wonder if you could do the check before. So when you load this whole grid of videos, if you can, while the person is scrolling, you can check if these videos are, or if the user is authorized to view them while the user is doing something else. And when they actually click the video, then you would skip that step because it has already been done, and then it just plays the video. Like lazy authorizing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I should think about that. Trying to think how that would work. The issue is it's like a ticket system. So you buy a ticket, which is just a token, and then when you click on it, it consumes the token. So the issue there would be that it would need to consume tokens to authorize. So it would just be like, I'm taking all your token or all your tokens, which are like the movie tickets. And I didn't actually watch the movie, so. But there could be like a different solution that uses that. I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, in that case, which is not as elegant, then you can, as a deposit, take tokens and then send it back, but that's also risky and it doesn't, yeah, it's not elegant.
Right, I don't know if that would scale, because what if you had like 1,000 videos and then it would have to transfer 1,000 tokens into like
Not
temporary wallet and then
and also it goes through consensus for everyone and now.
Oh, right, right. Yeah. Yeah, it's like if it's I guess it depends on the use case. If you're doing like a TikTok or something like that, you want to be able to see the videos quickly. If you're doing like a Netflix thing, I guess waiting a few seconds doesn't really matter. But
I guess you can preload some animation that you can play that is about 5 seconds. Like the Netflix logo is like 3 seconds or something. You can have a Portal logo that is 3 seconds, plus you have a bit of loading at the end, and that I think that already annoys less users.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Something just to I guess, take the attention away from the loading.
Exactly, something visual that is interesting to look at,
Mm.
even the 100th time. If like the Netflix logo is kind of nice, right? The animation and the zooming.
True, true.
All right, say we should go. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Supernova workshop. I'm Andrew from Definity. Today we are lucky to have for the second time Jesse Neumann, the founder of Portal. And if you don't know, Portal is the platform on the IC that will replace both YouTube and Netflix eventually. And this is our second episode of the two-part series of NFT videos on the internet computer. And if you missed the first one, you can go back and watch it. Unless if you're live with us here, then please stick around and ask your questions in the chat or in the Q&A. Or if you're on Twitter, then you can ask the questions there, and we will answer them here. So yeah, Jesse, thanks a lot for coming back, and the stage is yours.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. Excited to be back. Last time was really great. We had a chance to talk about the project and the possibilities and everything that we're working on. But the only thing was that we didn't get a lot of time to kind of dive into the technical side or do any coding or anything like that. So I had a bunch of people who were interested in seeing kind of what went on behind the scenes and how this whole system works and everything. So that's kind of what I'm going to do today, is just kind of walk through the process of uploading the video, maybe creating a channel and setting it up and stuff like that. So go ahead and share
Sounds
my
awesome.
screen. All right. Okay, so here we have, can you see the screen?
Yes, looks good.
Awesome. Okay. So here we have the demo web app. This is just kind of like your social media homepage, a little description. I've got a video here. And last time I didn't really show off even watching the video. So first I want to show the process for watching the video. And then I'll show how we can upload a video onto the internet computer. And then with the rest of the time, I'll walk through the steps to build the channel. So here we go. We have this awesome video here called Spring. This is by Blender Animation Studio. It's an open source video, but really high quality. It's a great video. But first I want to show you what happens if you try to watch this video without purchasing it. So we'll just go ahead and click on the video link. And it opens up a new tab, which is the Portal player. This is everything's hosted on the internet computer. So this is a video player, like I said, on the internet computer that knows how to talk to the smart contract and ask for the decryption key to decrypt the video. So what it does is it checks to see if the user has the correct token in their plug wallet. And if it does, then it gives you the key and lets you watch the video. In this case, we don't have a key, so it just returns a simple unauthorized. All right, so let's go ahead and rent this video. So we'll click here on the buy button. It's set to 0 ICP, just so we can demo it out. And go ahead and click pay. And then it goes through the transaction process. So it's calling into our smart contract, and it's creating an invoice, and then it's verifying the invoice. And once it's complete, you see that we now have one ticket now to watch this video. So go ahead and try this again. And you can't see it because it's opening another screen, but plug pops up and asks for my permission. And as you see this time, we don't get any unauthorized. It goes to the video. And it starts playing. So
That's pretty smooth.
Yeah, it's very smooth. It's really good quality. This is the same quality that like Netflix and YouTube uses, the same streaming standard. So you can do cool stuff. You can change the bit rate. For example, if you're on a better connection or you want to see it in higher resolution, you can go ahead and switch.
And again, the video is hosted on the blockchain, just on the internet computer too.
Yeah, all of this data, I can go ahead and show you right here. Okay, so we can see here that all of these requests are going to this canister on the internet computer. In addition, as part of the standard, every time we send a request to get this video data, we also send a request to get the decryption key. So this decryption key is also hosted on the internet computer in our smart contract. So we can request, and since we are authorized, since we own the ticket, it will send us back our decryption key, and with that, we can watch the video as you see here. So, all right, yeah. So that's the video, the encryption decryption system. You know that your content is secure, and you know that you have like this marketplace system that allows you to generate revenue. As you sell tickets, your revenue increases, your volume sold increases, and as the revenue is generated, it is paid out to these royalty token holders. I don't know if we'll have enough time to go into that, but basically this is just a ERC20 type token, and the
fungible.
Yeah, exactly, a fungible token standard. And then whenever the channel generates revenue, it just grabs that token standard and it disperses the amounts to each of the token holders in that fungible token standard. All right, so that's kind of what we're going to be building today. Just wanted to walk everyone through that and make sure we're all on the same page. So first, I'll show the process of uploading a video. And to do that, we'll go over here to the admin console. So this is kind of like our creator console. This is whenever you have one of these video channels, you'll do all of the admin stuff kind of from this console. So we have this channel, which is open videos. And this one is our channel smart contract, but instead of having the requirement for the key, this is kind of open. Anybody can request and get the key. This would be great if you're showing like a trailer or just like a teaser, something that you don't need to gate access to or anything. So, all right, I'll just walk through this system very briefly. On all of our smart contracts, we have these subsystems. So we have interface for access control. And this lets you add or remove admin. For example, we will disable this one. And then this admin, this principal ID currently is disabled and cannot perform admin functions. So if they tried to log into this creator dashboard, they would receive like a 401, like an unauthorized error or something. So using this system, you can kind of create roles, make admin, basically set up your whole, well, I guess just grant access to privileged users. Go back, enable that. All right. So in addition, we have a like a cycles interface on each of our smart contracts. And what this does is this keeps track of the amount of cycles that are currently on each of the canisters. For example, since this is a open video storage smart contract, we have several of these bucket canisters. And then each bucket is set to try to stay around 5 trillion cycles. And you can see here that because we've been uploading videos, it's dropped down to 3.3. But we can go ahead and run this cycles, and it will loop through all of our canisters and top them back up to 5 trillion. So
How does that work? Where does it top them up from?
So it tops them up from this main smart contract that has this cycles interface. So in this case, it's this open video smart contract. Um, so this you would put like maybe like 50 or 100 trillion on it or something. Um, we have the indicator that tells you how much you currently have and stuff, but it's in PR right now.
Got it. So basically, if you're an admin, then you only have to send cycles to one canister, and then it would distribute to these canisters instead of you filling up for each video after you have hundreds or. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So as a creator, if you have like today, we're gonna make like a Definity Supernova channel for the Supernova videos. So in that case, then you would just put like a bunch of cycles on that initial smart contract. And then as you start creating these child canisters, then like you said, you can just distribute them just by hitting the run cycles, and it'll top them all off for you and stuff.
We should have uploaded the last few weeks, or like the first episode of this NFT video series to the Supernova channel. That would be
Yeah.
It's a bit too long though.
It is long. It's too long for the demo, but that's the plan. I want to just start that channel out today, and then just start adding all of the videos to it, and hopefully get all the last couple of weeks, all the cool Supernova videos on there. So,
oh, that's cool. In the meantime, we have one question from the audience. Did you run across any problems writing a contract to allow unlimited NFTs? Are they transferable or soul-bound?
yeah, so we don't actually have unlimited NFTs. We do have a system where, and I'll probably get into that a little bit later. So on these channel smart contracts, and the dashboard's not done yet, these have an interface. For example, for the NFTs, the non-fungible tokens, there's an interface that just like storage keeps track of all of your NFT smart contracts. So it's kind of like a factory. So what we can do is we go to our NFT dashboard, and then we can spin up a new NFT contract. And in that way, we can have like dozens or hundreds. Really, there's no limit to how many we have. This channel is just kind of an overall orchestrator. So then to bring that back to what we're working on. In this case, we have, in this simple example, there is one NFT smart contract, which holds our video NFT. And then there is a fungible smart contract, which holds our tickets. And then there's also a fungible smart contract, which holds our royalties. And those are all owned by the same channel smart contract. So it's like the channels at the very top, and then it manages and controls all of these different canisters. I think that answers the question.
If it doesn't, then please clarify, and then we can come back to it.
Awesome, cool, okay. So yeah, so that is our channel smart contract system. Like I said, we have a bunch more interfaces that you will get to see in a second. And we're creating a dashboard for each of them. These are just the initial ones that we've done so far. I'll show you logging real quick. And so logging is the same thing.
Can you zoom in a bit? Because I think on the first tab is zoomed, and then the rest is all small. Awesome. Wow, perfect.
Oh, yeah. So we have logging here, and logging is the same thing. So it's a system that maintains a collection of smart contract children that it owns. In this case, the smart contracts are logging smart contracts, basically just buckets. So we can click on the details, and it will give us a detailed view. And we can see all of the events that have happened. For example, the logging system was initialized first, and then you can see that we did some uploading. There was 3.6 gigabytes of storage allocated to these canisters. A key was created. And then this is just the logging system. And this makes sure that you have a record of every event that happened on your smart contract. All right.
Are you planning to prettify it a bit to be more user readable?
Yeah. So right now it's just kind of, the message is just kind of a jumble, but we're going to parse it and yeah, exactly. Make it look more readable. Probably do like JSON or something. So. All right. And up here, this is a list of all of the smart contracts that you have access to as an admin.
The
Anytime you,
channels?
exactly, yeah.
These are
So,
your channels. Or no, not your channels, but the channels that you have access to. Yeah.
or yeah, exactly. The channels that you have, that you are in admin on, like
Yes.
right here.
Yep.
So there's kind of a lot here because these are also like our portal backends for different stuff. Like we have a website backend, test channel, node network. So if you're a channel creator, you would probably just have one, like your main video channel. So to upload a video, we click here on our node network. And what the node network is it's a decentralized transcoding network, which means that it's a bunch of different computers all over the world who are talking to a smart contract on the internet computer. And the smart contract on the internet computer manages these independent nodes all over the world and allocates these jobs to them. So you can see here that we have all of the base interfaces. We can manage access control to the node system. We can check out the cycles, logging, all of that, just basic functionality. But then we also have this processors list. So you can see the list of processors here. Yeah, once again, it definitely is going to be made more beautiful. Right now, it's just a bunch of tables, but we're working on UX and stuff to make like nice looking flows and stuff.
This looks fine.
Yeah, for now, it gives you the information you need. So we can see that we have these different node providers. These are just servers, like I said, running all over the world. You can see the status, online, offline, are they working on a process, and then their principal ID. So each of these computers has their own principal ID. They use like just a certificate that they can use to communicate securely with the internet computer. So then we can see down here that we have processes, and these processes are like the video uploading jobs. So we'll go ahead and create one of these. And first of all, we need a video. So like I said, we want to do kind of the hackathon videos. So we will go and we will get this. This is a nice short video. And I think it'll work well in showing off what we want to demonstrate. So grab the URL here and put it in our YouTube downloader. And start. Okay, so this will give us a link that will point to this video so we can put it through our network. So if we copy the address, go back here, add new. All right, and then for our storage, grab it. We need to put in the principal ID of the channel, which is holding our buckets. So we're going to upload this video to our open videos smart contract, just because we want to just demo it, see the whole process, and then check it out after it's done. So we don't want to have to deal with the access key. So we point it to the smart contract that has the storage system, and we tell it where the URL is, and then we go ahead and add it.
So the smart contract is the canister ID of the channel that we are uploading to?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So open videos, the XGMPD, the one I just posted, is the main canister ID for that whole channel. So if you had like for example, our Definity channel will have its own principal, and it has the bucket system on it. And so when we upload the videos, we'll point it at that channel ID. So.
How much does it cost for a user to spin up a new channel?
So it depends. The default is right now we're using five storage canisters, and that gives you about 15 gigabytes. And a 90-minute video will take up about 5 gigabytes. So if you want to start a channel and you're gonna upload films, then you can upload what is that, like 3 films, and that will cost, let's see, each storage bucket starts out with 5 trillion, so 5 times 5, and then there's also the logging. So it's like $40, $50, just to start up the initial channel. And then it depends, that'll last a while. Like it depends really how much people are downloading the video, but a lot of the initial cost is just uploading the video to the smart contracts. And then once it's up there, you're paying just a little bit for storage and a little bit for people viewing it. Like the bulk of the cost is to upload it.
Right.
Okay.
It's only 10 IC, about 10 ICP with today's price. So hopefully you'll make that back from people watching it.
Yeah, exactly. Like in this case, this generated 131 like almost right away. So yeah, it pays for itself.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, well, we'll have to see. We can like fine tune it and stuff. I think 5 trillion might be too high, but I would rather be safe than sorry, and I would rather everybody have enough cycles than have to deal with running out. So
Exactly.
that's why we chose 5 trillion. Okay, so you can see here that it was sent to this node here. This node is right here. It's working on job 44. And that's the one that we're uploading. So it is transcoding right now. And that usually takes a few minutes. So we can come back and check on that once it's done. I think for now we can build our smart contract real quick, which means that we get to do some coding. So to do this, first of all, we'll spin up this like a brand new DFX project. And we're using Motoko. So we'll spin up this and then we'll go in, we will build the smart contract. And then I'll just kind of walk through the different interfaces and explain what they do and everything. So
you're allowed to say canister in this context.
Yeah,
don't hold back. I think folks watching know what a canister is.
I don't know, I'm getting in the habit. It's because most people don't know what a canister is. So I've switched to using smart contract. But then when I talk to IC people, I think it confuses them. So.
But yeah, folks to know, when he says smart contract, he means a canister.
Exactly. Okay, so this is our default project. We'll go ahead and get rid of some of the boilerplate here. We don't need any of the front end stuff. So that.
Cleaning up, good coding habits, even when demoing.
Cleaned up a little bit too much. Okay,
No.
that's fine. Okay, so we have our main Motoko file, and then we need a this is called like this is a file that's specific to Portal for our build system. It's called Portal service. And show you what that does in a sec. Okay. I'm just gonna copy this over. I don't want to type it all out. Okay, so this is what we have. We have a name of our channel, our smart contract, canister, sorry, name of our canister. And then we have the interfaces here. So like I kind of walked through before on the dashboard, we have just kind of our base, and PI stands for portal interface. So this is a base, and this kind of just exposes a method that tells what interfaces are supported. And then we have the admin interface, which allows access control for all of your methods. We have the canister interface, which is a registry, like an internal registry that keeps track of all the child canisters and what WASM, what code is running on it or is installed on it. And then it lets you do stuff like upgrade the code and delete the code and stuff.
Wait, so each interface is a different canister?
No, it's built, the way it's built, or the way that we implement it is it's implemented as its own actor. We build all of these in isolation, and then we have a build system that combines them all into our final canister. So they're all merged together into one cool, super smart contract canister. So we have the interface. Sorry, go ahead.
No. You can say smart contract. If that comes to mind first, now people know that it's a smart contract and canister. It's interchangeable. So just go ahead.
Nice. All right. So then we have cycle interface, and that's the one I walked through earlier. We can use that to top up all of our canisters. And then we have fungible. This I also touched base on briefly. This is a like a manager factory, and it's responsible for spinning up our fungible token standards. So anytime we need to add, for example, governance tokens or access tokens to the videos, anything like that, we use this PyFungible manager, I guess you can call it, and it will spin up and initiate all of these fungible smart contracts, canisters. So then we have key. Key is responsible for holding and managing the encryption decryption keys. We have logging, which I showed you earlier. That's responsible for maintaining an event log and for spinning up new log canisters anytime the old one's full. We have the market, and the market is responsible for, over here, for example, this right here, this content section is the market. So the market interface is responsible for holding a list of products and then basically linking those products to the smart contract that they're allowing purchase of. So for example, this product right here points to the access tokens for this spring video.
So this is almost more analogous to an Entrepot collection that has this grid view than to a YouTube section that has the list of videos.
It is, yep, exactly. Yeah, it's a good way to explain it actually. So yeah, we have the marketplace, and then we have metadata, and metadata is our channel specific metadata. That's the name, the logo, the description, banner, about section, basically everything. This would be closer to like a YouTube channel where it has all of the information about it and the purpose and everything. And that's our metadata interface.
Coming back to the tickets for just 1 second, someone is asking if they are transferable.
They are transferable. Yep. They are just your standard DIP20 token. So you can purchase a rental and then you can transfer it if you would like. It is consumed once you use it. So you can transfer it anytime before you use it. But as soon as you click on the video and go into the video player, it burns the token to allow you access to the key. But anytime, for example, if I buy one right here, I could see this in my wallet and I could transfer it to anybody, sell it, buy it, sell it. Like I said, just a standard token.
Now again, getting into the conceptual questions, but I just have one. I can't help myself. Would there be a scenario that you have a limited number of these tickets or rental NFTs that people can buy, and people start speculating that maybe if there's only 1,000 or 100 of these, I want to make sure that either I watch it myself or I just buy it so I can sell it for someone else with a higher price?
Yeah, you could totally do that. And that's kind of what the fungible interface exposes, is it just exposes a factory. So you could say that you want your tickets to be limited to, say, 100. And then you're putting like maybe higher demand on it since you have the lower supply. And then it could be like you could have like the scalpers come in, buy up all the tickets and then flip them. Totally a possibility.
But I guess we don't really want that, or maybe it depends maybe on the creator.
Right. It depends on what your goal is, and your audience, your community, a whole bunch of stuff. So then we have the non-fungible interface. This is basically the same as the fungible, except now you have this factory that will spin up new DIP 721 smart contracts. So like I said, we spun up one whenever we created this video, and it's just your standard DIP 721. You can set all the token metadata, you can set the name, the logo, all of that. And then you have the ability to mint new tokens through this interface. So now you can mint stuff. And then once it's minted, you can add it to your marketplace. Okay, so then we have the storage interface. This we've walked through kind of on the admin console. Okay, it looks like it finished as well. So we can check this out. So the storage interface is this collection of asset canisters. And you can see here we have the 5. Right now, they each have 1.1 gigabytes, canister IDs, and you can click on it and kind of browse the files. So you can see here that it's all of the different video chunks. Each of these is a small 3-second segment of the video. And also in different resolutions. So 2 means that it is the 720, 3 means that it's 1080, 1 is 460, and 320. So we have all of the different resolutions here.
This is very detailed.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why people wanted to see behind the scenes, because there's actually a lot that goes on behind the scenes. There's like an entire system. So yeah, so you can see all the different batches. These are all the different uploads we've done. Batch 44 is the latest. And yeah, you can just see all of the chunks. Once again, we're gonna make it look easier to view. Right now, the goal was that we need to see everything inside these smart contracts so that we can kind of do all of the workflows and everything. And then next phase is we're going to iterate on it and kind of improve all the UI, UX and everything. So
somebody has a great question in the chat, is that if you used up one of your tokens to watch a video, then that means that you can't watch it again. And yeah, let's start with that, and then the person asking a question afterwards.
Exactly. So we have one video here, one ticket that we just bought. We were going to send it to our friend, but we decided that we actually just want to watch it instead. So we'll go ahead and watch it. And the plug pops up, authenticates.
So you can't watch it twice.
Right. So this is the first time, and then I'll come back and try to watch it again.
Okay.
So it's all working. This is great. The encryption key, the decryption key is working. We can watch the video. Cool. Watched it. Come back here. Okay, our token is gone now. It's been burned. We don't have access anymore. So we try to watch it again. Same process. Plug pops up. Make sure that we want to interact with that smart contract, and we get the unauthorized. So we burned our token, watched our video. That's it.
I'm not sure if I guess it's similar as a one-day rental of a movie. That if you, and it's usually it's either you buy it and then you can watch it anytime on Web2, or if you just want to rent it for a day, then you can watch it any number of times on that day, and it's similar to that.
Yeah, we did mess around with the idea of using like 24-hour tokens and stuff like that, but adding the timer made our fungible tokens all of a sudden non-fungible, because timer is a property that is different for each of the different tokens. So then we're actually dealing with an NFT. So,
Right.
and yeah, sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say the idea is that, like in this use case, this flow that we have, it is weird that you can buy a token and then you can use it once. The flow probably will be more like you click the video, and then behind the scenes, it buys a token and starts playing the video. So it's almost like an instant purchase and then watching it, versus like, I'm going to buy a ticket and then use it sometime. So.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a better UX. So could a creator have members or subscribers that would get a discount, or when what? And then yes, the question is if we for a second or cheaper, sorry, a cheaper second or third watch could be a feature. And I think that question is a bit separate from if creators could have subscribers who maybe can watch the videos for free or just watch them for cheaper, but then they pay, I don't know, a monthly fee or something.
Yeah, we do actually have channel passes. And the idea, to kind of add more context, is that when a user creates a channel, when a creator creates a channel, initially they will be required to sell a certain amount of channel passes before they can open up, like, for example, royalty tokens or any more advanced features on the platform. So step one is you create your trailer. Step two, you create your channel pass. And then we haven't decided on a number yet, but the idea is that once you sell like 100 channel passes, you enable royalty tokens, or you enable like more advanced features. And what the channel pass does is it's an NFT, and it will have like a randomly generated frame. So you'll get an NFT. The asset will be a frame from the video, and then it will grant you unlimited access to any of the videos. So you'll be able to watch any of the content that is on that creator's page.
Nice. You have thought of so many different features, and it looks like you thought it through.
We've done some brainstorming for sure. A lot of them are just kind of make sense though. Like the person who asked the question, that's a great question, and that's kind of what people expect. And I think we're definitely something that we're going to be doing. So,
Awesome.
All right, so back to the code. Now that we know what each of these interfaces do, we can generate the Motoko file. And to do that, we will run a command here. All right, so Whirl CLI, build interfaces. Okay, so it asks us where our service file is and then where our Motoko file is. We tell it the defaults and then we go in here. All right, so now we have our smart contracts. This cool message saying don't actually modify this code. This is all pre-generated from other interfaces. And then we have everything is merged into this awesome channel smart contract. So we have
what are those warnings on just scroll back up? Yeah, these warnings. These oh, not that the I don't know, this the street sign, this the red circle with the white horizontal line in it.
Oh yeah, that's how the import is for the primitive package. I'm not sure why they do it, but that's just a Motoko thing. Yeah, so all the commented out stuff, that's duplicate code. For like I said, we create these all individually. So we have a smart contract, an actor, which is the Pi market smart contract, and all of these imports. But then when we combine them, of course, we don't need multiple copies and it doesn't work. So we comment out any of the duplicate imports. So that's why we have this gray code here. And then you can see here, we have a list of the interfaces. These are all the interfaces that we have added to the smart contract. And then we just kind of go through and we have a region for each of the different interfaces for each of the main pieces of code. For example, in most of the smart contracts, most of the Motoko canisters, there's the state. So we have a state section for each of these. There is the pre-upgrade section, post-upgrade, heartbeat, and then the actual implementation. And then at the bottom, we have the HTTP request. So you can define routes here. The only interface we're using that uses a route is the key interface. So we have a route for key, and that lets you fetch it using the HTTP call. Cool. And then it's just a bunch of all the generated code and everything. So it's pretty substantial. It comes out to 2,100 lines of code. And when we build it, it's about, I think, 600 megabytes. Not 600, sorry, 600 kilobytes, which is well under the 2 megabyte message size limit. So we're good on that. We could afford to do probably like, 8,000 lines of code. We aren't anywhere close to that, but that's kind of our upper bound.
By the way, is your chunking code open source? Or public?
So the chunking,
the way you chunk the videos and upload them and then receive them back or stream them, is that code? Because I assume in this tutorial you don't have to care about chunking because that's done on Portal's side, right? But if, let's say if I want to build my own video player, then I would need to do that somehow.
Exactly. Yeah. So like you said, in this case, the chunking and everything is done by the node network. So the software that runs on the independent nodes knows how to transcode and chunk up the videos into the right shape, and then upload them to the smart contract. So the goal is that we open source the smart contracts so that anybody can put the Pi storage and the Pi key interfaces on any of their smart contracts. And then they can start running upload jobs using the node network, which is just kind of like an open service.
So that means if I create a dapp that is completely separate from this, I would be able to use your node network? Or if I'm uploading videos here, creating my own channel, then I would be able to use your node network?
Both of those. So the idea is that if you want to enable videos for your project, then you can either create your own, like we have here, this open video canister, which is just a canister that has the storage and the key interface on it. And we'll have like a reference implementation. So you can either use the reference implementation or you can roll your own. It's just a set of interfaces. As long as you have the interfaces implemented, then the node network knows how to upload your data. Or the other option is that you can take those interfaces and you can implement them directly on your smart contract. Like if you want to I wanted to add the video straight to your NFTs, as long as you have the required, like I said, storage or key interfaces, then you could start uploading data from the node network onto your smart contracts.
Yep. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so. All right, so that's all done. Let's see. Just checking on how much time we have left. I don't know if we have enough time to deploy everything and set it up. I think we'll deploy it and just see how far we get.
Let's do that.
Okay, so. Go ahead and get rid of this. I don't need this. Right, and we do need some dependencies here. Okay, so we're going to use Vessel because we need to bring in some extra stuff. For example, all of our buckets, all of our child canisters, like the key storage or the key, no, not key, sorry, storage, logging, and then the fungible and non-fungible tokens are in a different repo. And then we pull those in. I will show you. Okay, Vessel and our package set. Yeah, so we used the Vessel package set from Aviat Labs from Quint. It has a lot of really good stuff in there. That's kind of our default. And we can see what we have right here. You can see it's all of these kind of utility modules, and then we have our portal ones, which is the buckets, some helper like crypto modules, DeFi modules, and then our interfaces. The interfaces are just all the types and the actual interface for our different interfaces that we walked through earlier. And then our buckets is where we get all of our, like for example, we have DIP 20, DIP 721. This is where we get all of our child canisters, like I mentioned before. These we actually import the WASMs here, the actual code. And then whenever we create our channel, we upload the code onto our channel. The reason we do that is because I said earlier that we have plenty of room. We were at 600 kilobytes out of 2 megabytes. And that is because we put all of our child canister code separately. If we were going to build it all together, for one, it would be too big. Before we refactored it, we had like 2.4 megabyte code when we compiled it. And two, you run into problems with upgrading. Because what happens if you add a new feature to the storage bucket? The issue is that any storage buckets that you had already deployed now have outdated code, and you have to find a way to install the new code onto it, which you could do using the command line. But the issue is that you don't actually own those child canisters. The channel owns the child canisters. So then you get into this permission issue. Basically, you have to let the channel do everything, which goes along with our sense of ownership, that the channel is the owner of all these smart contracts. The channel owns the market, the channel owns the NFTs, the fungible tokens, everything. It's kind of a complete package. So we got all of our dependencies, and I think we're ready to try deploying. So
yeah, we have 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes officially, and then we can go above 5 to 10 minutes. So you think you're good with time?
Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll see how far we get. Definitely won't be able to get through it all.
In the third episode.
In the third episode, I'm sorry, there's just a lot to it. I'm trying to get through it, but it's just really detailed. We've been working on this for a long time, and there's a lot of different aspects. Like, it's a huge project. So before I deploy it, though, I want to go back and show the uploaded video and finish that thread. So we go to our open videos. And look in our storage canisters, latest batch, and we're looking for the master playlist, which is always called main.m3u8. So that's what we're looking for. Yeah, see, this is a little bit annoying. The next version, it'll be like, you as a user, you won't even know that there's different buckets. You'll click on storage and it'll just be like all your files. You'll be able to see like folders and files and everything. So,
and I guess eventually you should be able to do the whole uploading and creating a channel without touching code. Or is that not on the roadmap?
that is on the roadmap. That's what we're working on right now. Yeah.
Oh.
The dream would have been to walk through the whole process just using this creator console. But yeah, no, we're working on it right now. We almost have the fungible and non-fungible pieces done, so you can spin up your token contracts and everything. Okay. I think I missed it somehow. All right, we can look at this one. Okay, this is 0. So this is the playlist for the lowest resolution one. You can see how that looks. Okay, and to watch a video, we need the canister ID. This is also something in the future that'll just be like a link you can click. Right now, that you kind of have to build it out of the pieces. So we need the canister ID to tell us where it's at. And then we need the hash here to tell us which file. Okay, so you can see here, this is the playlist, is the canister ID. And then it's just using an HTTP request, and we call it the asset route. And then it's the file hash. And you send that playlist to this player, the portal player, which knows how to talk to the smart contract and get, like I said, authorize the key and all of that. So.
Nice.
All right, so as you can see, it is in fact the video we uploaded. You can see down here that there is a token being requested, and since this is an open bucket, we give the decryption key to anybody. Sorry, there's a key being requested. So anytime we send a request for a media chunk, we also send a request for the accompanying key, and then we're able to unlock and view the content. Cool. I definitely don't have time to actually deploy the smart contract and stuff. I'll do that. I'll actually do that one offline once I'm off the call and stuff. And then maybe I can update, like drop a link and stuff, and people can check it out and see all the progress and everything. So
Yeah, we can. You could share a public GitHub repo that has the example, or put it in some example folder. And I guess
yeah.
eventually, I mean, it feels like an intermediate step currently, because now you're building the feature that would make this irrelevant, right? Because once you can do all of this or most of this through the admin panel, then you don't need to do these steps.
Exactly. It's all just done in the UI. But being a developer workshop, I thought it would be nice just to show a little bit of the code behind the scenes. But yeah, the dream is that you don't write any code, you just spin up your channel and start making money. So
yes, and seeing this is important, because then we kind of look behind under the hood and see how it works, how it actually works. Because once you have the whole admin panel, then it's just magic, and it's magically works. But now we can actually look at how the canisters are created and so on. So
yeah,
smart contracts.
exactly. Cool. Were there any other questions?
Yes, we have one question that relates back to yesterday's workshop. That is, are you planning to implement NFID as an authentication service?
We're looking into it, checking it out. The idea is awesome. And
I can
we
suggest
would
yesterday's workshop as a guide.
yeah, definitely. There's some things that we have to figure out in terms of the principal ID and how it uses the delegate and the one principal per app. So we need to see how that impacts our system. Because as you've seen, our channel consists of like half a dozen other smart contracts. So we need to see what kind of effects that has on having a different principal ID per canister. Will that affect how we fetch our logs? If it's a different principal ID than what we are using with our main canister, stuff like just little details. But yeah, we're looking into it. The phone credential and the ability to have, I guess, less bots, it doesn't completely eliminate bots, is really attractive. And we can start doing some really cool stuff in terms of community interactions, airdrops, rewards, stuff like that. So
yeah, and I think the proof of humanity, or the decentralized proof of humanity, is almost, or it's on the verge of happening already. So if Mod Club has demoed something where you can prove that you're human, and the only thing is that the duplication effect is still not done yet. So you can prove yourself to be a human multiple times with different accounts. But yeah, maybe using something like a mixture of NFID and Mod Club's proof of humanity would solve a lot of the bot issues that we have in this Web3 decentralized land.
yeah, I hope so. I'm hopeful. The issue is that people want things done and they want it to be very, very easy. But then they also don't want bots. But that's kind of, you have to choose one. Like you either have to go through a little extra step and verify, proof of humanity, or you have to be lazy, but then realize that bots can now be, the ramifications are that there are bots now because you don't want to do proof of humanity. So Yeah, well, I'm hopeful though. I'm hopeful that we can figure something out and battle all of those spam accounts.
Yeah, me too. It's already exciting because these are just the first attempts or the first solution to these problems, and we are in. I mean, we are in year 2, but we just began the year 2 of the IC. So I believe in next time this year, I think we'll have a lot better solutions for all these problems.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think things are just getting faster and faster in terms of developers and knowledge and experience.
100%. And now you guys can start using each other's implementations, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Because now that if Mod Club has already created a decentralized proof of humanity, then you don't need to invent your own if you want a very specific product that requires it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I feel like that's, all of the mature technology is just like built on all of this past work and stuff. So that's the thing with the IC, and I think people were thrown off at first. Like we're starting from almost from scratch. Like we got to write all these modules, all these libraries. Like we need to do all the legwork before people can start, implementing their ideas. So, but
Exactly. You can't reuse the
we're
Web
getting
2
close.
text.
Yeah, true. Or even other Web3 tech. Like we can't use Ethereum stuff. Maybe
100%.
the token standards, but yeah, that's about it.
Yes. I think actually that's a really good point to really uplifting point to end on. So thanks a lot again for doing the part 2. Maybe we'll have a part 3 after Supernova. Let's chat and make that happen. Or maybe we have a whole thing that is the part 1, 2, and 3 in one condensed version of something else that is different. But yeah, it's been fun as always, and thank you very much for the audience for listening. Yeah, have a nice day.
Thank you,
Awesome. Yeah.
Jesse.
Thanks
Bye,
a lot, Jesse.
everyone.
Thank you
Cheers,
very
guys.
much, guys.
Bye.